Greetings, my saplings. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Jordan 1 homage to Holmes. More specifically, like always in today's video, we are going to be discussing some release info for the shoes, how to cop them, and of course, some resale predictions for those of you who are interested. Now, also as a bonus for today's video, at the end, I am going to be updating you guys on some Air Max metallic golds that are going to be releasing in the middle of the week. But with that out of the way, why don't we jump right into the release info? Okay, so to kick it off, these initially released as numbered pairs. There were 2,300 pairs that initially set out to release, and they were obviously extremely hard to get. There were only a select few raffles that you were able to sign up for, and obviously very few people took W's. But don't worry everybody, because we are getting another chance to get these awesome looking shoes on May 19th, which is of course this Saturday. Now this is going to be a much wider release. The stock is supposed to be just under what the bread toes had, but we are going to talk more about stock numbers in the resale predictions portion of the video. So if you're interested in that, just make sure you stick around till the end. But essentially on this shoe, we have two colorways that encompass it. First of all, we have the OG bread colorway on the outside, and also we have another OG colorway, which is the Chicago colorway on the inside of these sneakers. And honestly guys, the combination of these colors is just absolutely amazing. I get it, some of you guys, you might disagree. You might say, oh, this is a tacky looking sneaker. It's got that line going right down the middle. It looks kind of weird. I don't know, guys. This is a shoe that, in my opinion, just looks absolutely amazing. Luckily, despite these looking so beautiful, the retail is only $160. In addition to that, I don't believe that this is a quick strike release, meaning that, hey, we can use coupons on this release. So say you go to a Foot Locker or Foot Action, you could use those $15 coupons that they provide you with. Also guys, hey, I got a little secret to share with you. You guys know how when you buy something at Foot Locker or whatever, you can get a code to fill out a survey online, and they give you a little code. They say, use this thing next month and you get $10 off your purchase. Well, here's the secret guys. If you change up the last 4 digits every single time, you could use that unlimited times. Basically, say you end up buying 10 shoes at a Foot Locker, you could end up saving $100 by just doing one survey and putting in random numbers as the last 4 digits. Just a quick tip I thought I'd share with you guys, you know. But with all the release info out of the way and that quick little tip, why don't we get into how to cop these shoes? Let's talk about how you could get your hands on a pair of these. So to kick it off, we have the Foot apps. Now obviously this is consisting of the Foot Locker app and the Foot Action app. Now Champs has not come out saying that they're going to be getting them, at least as of me recording this video. Of course, if they do make an announcement saying they are going to be getting them on the Foot apps and on their website, I'll keep you guys updated on my Twitter, which is KeithAdam10. In addition to that, I probably will make an updated video for these shoes a little later, so feel free to subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't already, just so you're fully updated. But anyways, so far it's Foot Locker and Foot Action that is going to be getting them confirmed. And I just want to make it very clear, guys, that it is not based off of luck. I know you guys see me winning when I post it on Twitter or whatever, and you're saying, Keith, you are so lucky. Guys, you have to keep in mind, this does not have to do with luck. What it has to do with is how much you've spent. But you might be wondering, hey, how come my friend got him and he only spent $300 on one account and I spent $700 on one account or whatever? Well, the thing is that he probably went for a couple of different stores. Also, it's not perfectly consistent. There might be a couple of flukes here and there. But for the most part, if you've spent a great deal of money, you are more likely, you are more inclined to get the shoe in comparison to you not even having a 10-minute head start. And of course, that reminds me, guys, even if you've spent a ton of money and you have that 9-minute head start already, say you spent $2,000 at a Foot Locker, guys, you should still make sure you check in at a store. So meaning that you get that 1 minute extra head start by going there, checking in with Bluetooth, and if you don't check in with Bluetooth, obviously ask them for a PIN number to enter in on the Foot app. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention for these is the #1 way to get these shoes, in my opinion at least. #1 way to get these shoes is to wait outside for extra pairs. Now, what Foot Locker and Foot Action, and if Champs hypothetically gets them, what they will do is one of two things. The first way they do it is early in the morning at around 9 to 10 o'clock, they hand out tickets, and with those tickets you essentially have to be back by 3 o'clock because that's the deadline for picking up pairs, and whoever has a ticket, they will go in order because those tickets are numbered, and you will have an opportunity to buy one of the leftover pairs, your choice of whatever sizes are left. Now the other way they do it, I've heard other Foot Lockers and Foot Actions doing it this way actually. Basically it's just line up outside the store and there's no tickets. You just have to wait there like the whole day until 3 o'clock, which absolutely sucks. Now, of course, if they don't do it this way, if they do it the first way with the tickets, I'm going to recommend that you get here around like 4 to 5 o'clock if you really need a rare size, and that's 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm saying. 3 o'clock and you're gonna guarantee yourself a pair. But if you arrive there at around like 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you're really risking it because the demand on these shoes is really high. Now, other than that, that is your number one way of getting them in my opinion, but of course you have to be willing to put in that extra work to get up early in the morning. If you don't feel like putting in extra work, we got some first come first serve releases at 10 a.m. Eastern time. The first of which is going to be Nike Sneakers. Nike Sneakers website is going to be getting them, and the Nike Sneakers app is going to be getting them at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Now, as of now, when you go to the app and you click on the shoe, it does not specify that it's going to be a draw at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Usually, if it is going to be a draw, it will say it in the top left corner. Right now, it doesn't say that, so as of now, this is a first come first serve, and that does make sense because there's supposed to be a lot of stock for this shoe. Considering it is a first come first serve release, most likely, just some quick tips that you guys who have been subscribed on the channel should already know, but just to refresh your memory. Also, you got to look out for all the new guys in the community. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. But basically, on your account, you should make sure that your size is already selected. If you only plan on reselling the shoe, I would advocate setting your size to a 10 or a 10.5. These sizes won't resell for a lot. However, you are going to have the best chance at getting these sizes because there's around the same demand, but there's the most stock in these sizes. So yeah, you'll make a little less money when you're reselling them, but in my opinion, it's not worth the risk for going for the more rare sizes. I'd rather make at least some money in comparison to no money at all. Hopefully you guys could understand my logic there. In addition to having your sizes selected, make sure your address is already filled out. Make sure when you fill out your address, you have to have that box selected where it says set as default address, otherwise you'll have to fill it in again. And of course, in addition to your address, make sure you fill in your payment info on your account beforehand. I would suggest using PayPal. However, I haven't yet had a problem with credit card. I've just had more success with PayPal. I don't know if this is just a coincidence though. It's just my suggestion, that's all. Also, if you are wondering whether I prefer the app or if I prefer the computer, I simply prefer the app because it's simply more convenient. Also, I find that it's easier to check out on the app. Also, I'd rather use my computer for the other first come first serve, and then I have my phone separately for going for them on the app. I also do believe that Nike Europe is getting these at 3 a.m. Eastern time. Now, this isn't yet confirmed as of me recording this video, but if you are watching me, if you're in Europe, feel free to leave it in the comments. Again, this is one big community where we always try to help each other out, so if you do know if they're confirmed for Europe, feel free to leave in the comments. Also at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we have the Shop Nice Kicks release. So for all these first come first serves that I'm going to be mentioning, or any first come first serves that I'll mention in the future, you should always have autofill set up, and you should make sure that you're refreshing with Command R on Mac or F5 on Windows. I've mentioned this before. The reason is you want to make sure that your mouse is hovering over the size selection just so you don't have to drag it from the top of the screen all the way to the bottom. It'll save you a second or so, but that might be the difference between getting the shoe and not. Just something that might help out a little. And regarding autofill, no, you don't need an extension. I know a lot of you guys were confused on this. You just need to use Google Chrome, go into your settings, go to advanced settings, then after that, click on autofill and fill in your info there. And when you're buying a shoe, all you got to do is type the first letter of your name and then click whatever gets highlighted. Super simple. Now, we have a lot of other first come first serve releases that are going to happen, although they're not yet confirmed. I'll make an updated video for this, as well as there's going to be some more raffles most likely that are going to be like shipping with worldwide shipping. So I'll make my updated video for those. So feel free to turn on post notifications if you haven't already so you don't miss out on that. Just what I'm predicting, I think that at around 10 a.m. Eastern time, we should definitely see Foot Locker getting them, Foot Action, and East Bay. Then, of course, we probably will see that, like, some typical 3 a.m. Eastern time releases will be getting them as well. For instance, like 43 and Hob might get them, a Like store, a Few store might get them. But this isn't really confirmed yet. I'll have to make that updated video a little later. So that will conclude the how to cop portion of the video. But right now, let's talk about some resale predictions. So do I think these are going to sell out? Absolutely. Do I think they're going to resell? Absolutely. Now, like I mentioned previously, the stock numbers on these are supposed to be a little lower than what the Bread Toes, the Game Royals had, what the Shadows had. The reason I say this is because if you look at a map for these releasing on like Foot Locker or Foot Action, it's just a few less stores than what these previous shoes had. Now, it doesn't directly correlate to the amount of pairs because obviously the amount of stores could be getting like barely any pairs, but for the most part it does have some sort of correlation. And to see that there's only a little less stores, I'm gonna assume that there still is a good amount of stock. So obviously they're not gonna be a super GR, but they're also not gonna be too limited. But most importantly, you have to keep in mind that this is a black, red, and white Jordan 1. Not only that, but it combines two of the most sought after Jordan 1s. So obviously the demand on this sneaker is going to be super high, very, very similar to the Bread Toes. I might even go as far to say as these might potentially resell for more than the Bread Toes. In fact, that's what I'm expecting. As of now, though, just to stay conservative, I would say that they're going to resell similar to the Bread Toes. But in my opinion, I think that they'll go for a little more. Also, my one last tip regarding the resale for them, I could definitely see these shoes going for a lot more than what they might go for now in the future. So if you have the time and the money to just hold on to these for a year or so, or even more than that, I think that these might increase for a substantial amount. Now, like I promised you guys, I did also want to update you guys on those Air Max Metallic Golds that are going to be releasing on May 17th on Nike Sneakers, the website, as well as the app. So on the website and app at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on the 17th, we will have the Metallic Gold Air Max 97 in men and women's sizes coming out. Then also the Air Vapor Max 97 releasing. And finally, we also have the Air Max Plus releasing. Now, regarding resale predictions for these, I think that they're all going to sell out. So if you like any of these, for instance, I like the 97 and I also like the 97 Vapor Max. So I'm personally going to go for them. I'm not going to sleep on them. I'm expecting them to sell out rather quickly as well. So don't sleep. But regarding resale, I think the only one that you're going to be able to make a decent amount of profit off of is going to be those OG Air Max 97 Metallic Golds. I don't think that the women's sizes will be reselling for much, considering the retail is really close to the men's sizes. And then for the Air Vapor Max, I just think that the retail price is a little too high, where if you were to have to pay for shipping when you're selling, also seller fees if you sell on StockX or GOAT, I think that you might not make that much profit. You might make a little. I just don't think it's going to be a lot, but I definitely think you can make decent profit with the Metallic Gold Air Max 97 in the men's sizes. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. So if you happen to be new, make sure to subscribe to join this awesome community. Even if you're not new, guys, turn on post notifications so you stay updated, not only with these Jordan 1 homage to homes, because there's going to be some raffles and first come first serves, but simply for all other hyped releases in the future that you don't want to miss out on. But with that, feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed today's video, if you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, just simply have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Good luck.
I should have run the other way. Now there's just one thing to say. Get your foot off my foot. Ah.
Get your foot off my foot. Yeah.